Hi guys, it's your boy the Supreme Leader, and I'm home and with you guys again. So I decided to come online again and again because I had a question. I had a question which I thought I should come back online so that I can at least answer you the question. All right. So the question that I had from a viewer was, what was the question? You know what? All right. So the question that I had from the viewer was a very funny question, but I think it is very, very important. Yeah, Alex. Yeah, so I think this question, if I answer this question, it's going to help a whole lot of viewers too as well, because I know it is some of the reasons why people find it very difficult to travel sometimes to countries that they don't really know, or country that doesn't speak the language they speak. Okay, so the question that I had from the viewer was, he or she, if they travel to a different country, like for example, they come to Brazil. Here in Brazil, they don't speak English, they speak Portuguese. So the question was, how are they going to communicate with the people in the country, and how are they going to be doing their things in the country? Okay, it is not a big deal. It is very simple. When I came to Brazil, I didn't know how to speak Portuguese. Yes, I didn't know how to speak Portuguese. Especially we from English speaking countries. We from the English speaking countries, Portuguese is far different from English. When somebody speaks, what do you call it? Yes, I'm here. Yes, I wanted to answer this question on this platform live stream so that at least it can benefit everybody too as well. So when I came to Brazil, I didn't know how to speak Portuguese. And remember that Portuguese and English, there is a big gap. You understand? Portuguese and what? English. What is the gap that I'm talking about? When you speak English and somebody is speaking Portuguese, it's completely different. You understand? It's what? It's completely different. There are some words which looks like English words, but they don't have any meaning in common. You understand? All right. Like, for example, English, you say you. Portuguese, you say você. And the word você in English, it sounds like voice. So when somebody say você, you think that maybe the person is trying to what? To put some style in saying voice. All right, you want to be traveling around, right? It is not a difficult thing, but first thing first, sometimes you have to build yourself first. I started in a very early stage in my life. Like, I started with a dream of, I want to travel, I want to travel, I want to travel. Anyway, the topic that I'm talking about right now, it's the same topic with this last question that I'm looking at the comment section right now. I'm using my phone to come on live because of the camera, because normally when you use the laptop, you don't get quality image from the laptop, but if you are using your phone, you get a very quality video. So If you are French speaking, you are from French speaking country, and you come to some place like Brazil, for you to learn the Portuguese, it is more easier and faster than somebody who speaks English. But first of all, it depends on you as the individual who want to speak Portuguese. You understand? Because there are people who are very smart in picking up words, and also they are very, very good in memorizing words too as well. So when you are traveling to a place like Brazil, you don't speak Portuguese, and you want to come and stay here, it's even good. You understand? You don't have to be worried about, the language barrier is going to be difficult. People are going to be laughing at me. People are not like going to understand my English. It's a lie. It's a complete lie. You understand? Why do I say it's a complete lie? For example, here in Brazil, if you come and you don't speak Portuguese and you speak English, people even want to even help you more. Because first of all, they are curious. They want to hear you speaking the language English. You understand? So once they are curious about it, most definitely you won't go through any difficulties. For example, I remember I went to a bank to open an account at the bank, and at that very time, I wasn't speaking Portuguese. You understand? I wasn't speaking Portuguese at that very time. Thank you so much for congratulating me on the 1K. We are still on the road, and yes, we are still on the road. I like posting, I love the camera, and I haven't even started posting yet. So those 300 videos that I still have in my on my channel, they are just biscuit and toffee and ice creams. You understand? They are desserts. I haven't come to the real food yet, because of course I'll be traveling a lot in the nearby future, and I'll be vlogging anywhere I go and vlog about anything you want to know in those countries. All right, so I went to the bank. Okay, as American citizen, trust me, first of all, you have a very good passport. So when you want to come to the south side, like you want to come to South America to get yourself documented, first thing I will recommend some place like Ecuador for you for the time being, because in Ecuador you can choose to retire with at least a wage of $1,000 or $800. So you can do some process like that, like you are on a retirement or something, and then they will give you the necessary document for you to do what? To be able to do what you want to do. Okay, so you have been living in Honduras. Oh, okay. It is easy and very smooth to come to Brazil and say, oh, I want to live in Brazil, and hey, São Paulo. Yes, shout out to my São Paulo people. If you are watching, shout out to you too. You have an amazing city. Okay, my biggest challenge for dating, a Brazilian, when I first came to Brazil, I didn't have any challenges. The only challenges that I had was sometimes I have to try so much to make them understand what I'm trying to say. So let me just say the language barrier. But apart from that, nothing else, because me myself, I'm a very easy talker. Like I'm a very a talkative. You understand? So once like you are a talkative, these things are not problems. When I came here, I used what do you call it, Android phone to do my translation from English to what, to Portuguese. If I want something or I want to talk to somebody, what I simply do is what, write and then show it to the person in a translated form. Because like I said, you don't really need to know how to speak Portuguese before, or you don't really need to know how to speak Chinese before going to China. Most definitely when you get there, you will automatically meet nice people, and also people will like to know why can't you speak the language, and they will try to help you. We know there are a few countries which are not nice when you go to those countries and you are speaking English. Like for example, I went to France and I was speaking English and they got pissed off. Yes, I went to France and I was speaking English and they didn't like me at all. So, by some place like Brazil, if you come to Brazil and you don't speak English and you want to communicate with people in Portuguese, it doesn't really matter if you know how to speak Portuguese or not. You will still communicate, and the people, they will simply help you out. If you want to talk to somebody you meet, a female friend or a male friend or a partner you want to know, it shouldn't be a big deal. You can start speaking your English regularly. If the person doesn't speak what do you call it, my Portuguese, I started learning my Portuguese when I came to Brazil. And I used 3 months to learn Portuguese. I did a video about that part, how I studied my Portuguese and how I started speaking my Portuguese. I used 3 months to learn Portuguese. I didn't go to any Portuguese class. I was learning it alone at home on my computer and on my cell phone. All I did was I tried to work in an environment where I can get the chance to practice more. Ariel, try and follow me on Instagram and message me on Instagram so that we can talk more. Because there are some certain things I won't be able to put it on air. But I think if you are able to follow me on Instagram, I can simply help you with more information, deep informations. Yes, South American countries are fabulous and amazing than the Central American countries. Why? Because in the Central American countries, they are more hard on foreigners than the South. Because the South are more like soft like Europeans. Like they are more easy and more calm. They are very welcoming people in the South. Try and follow me on Instagram right now and message me, Ariel. Try and follow me on Instagram and message me on Instagram. Then I can deeply give you more information. Let me see if I can write my Instagram, name here. Because I'm using my cell phone to vlog. So let me write it here. And I'm using the same cell phone to write to you guys. I'm trying to send my Instagram name. Alright, so that is my Instagram name right there. Each and everybody who wants to follow me on Instagram can follow me. And yes, my Brazilian burger, Andrews Dankwa Nemo. My Brazilian burger, yes. Let them know before you were in Qatar and through our videos, now you are living in Brazil. Thank God. Hey, we are growing more in Brazil, guys. So, Good. Try and message me, then we can talk more, then we can see what we can do. Because there are many Americans here in Brazil that they are doing good, and there is even an application that, wow, they use this application to work. You don't even need to go to somewhere working. Most of the Americans I know living here. Okay, many of the Americans message me through through YouTube. They got in touch with me on my on my Instagram. So we normally talk, and some of them too do call me on WhatsApp. Yes. Yeah, try and set it up. Try and set it up, and then follow me on Instagram. And I can give you my WhatsApp number on Instagram because of I don't like to leave my number on YouTube because there are people who just start sending so much. I already have a lot of messages to respond, but because of my little baby, I have to be taking care of the baby. So most of the time it becomes very difficult to be able to to be able to respond to quick questions. That is why I am on here live right now, because the question that I had from the viewer was, the viewer wants to come to Brazil, but he was asking, if he is in Brazil, how is he going to communicate, because he doesn't speak Portuguese. And I say, yes, there is possibility, because if you don't speak Portuguese, even that is where it gets interesting, because the people, they want to. Yes, no, Brazil is not generally hot. No. I did a video and I did about the places which are very cold in Brazil. Like, for example, in the south of Brazil, from Sao Paulo downwards, the possibility of getting snow during winter is super high. Yes, it's super high. And in the south of Brazil, a whole lot of cities have snow during the winter, because our winter starts within June, July, August. And within this time, and even if not winter, on a normal, like I was in Gramado, that was in, you understand? So in Brazil, we have from Brasilia, where I am living, down, it is cold. But here in Brasilia, we have all the weather. When it's hot, it's hot. When it's cold, it's cold. But after Brasilia downwards, it is super cold. You understand? So if you want to travel to a cold place in Brazil, I recommend for you to go to down south, and make sure you get yourself a lot of jacket, because it's super cold. Yeah, so the question again, let me continue with the question. Once you are an English speaker and you are in Brazil, the people are very curious and they will help you with any information. Like, for example, you want to let them know that, no, you meet somebody, you want to talk to the person, and you think the person doesn't speak Portuguese, and doesn't speak English, and you want to communicate with the person. Start with English and use your phone to translate to the person. In Brazil, it's not difficult to own a car. It's not difficult to own a car, because you can buy cars on credit. You understand? You can buy them on credit and be paying, and divide them and be paying. It's not difficult. But the problem is that the small taxes that you be paying. You have to pay insurance. You have to pay roadworth. You understand? And this, that, thing. And here, the funny thing is, they have a lot of traffic cameras. A lot of traffic cameras. So there are some places that if you are not careful, you might be, it's crazy. I will try, and then when I'm driving to town, I'll put the camera down, and then you guys can see and start counting the traffic camera. It's super cold in Rio Grande do Sul. I posted a video about it, and you can see it. Guys, let me leave you guys here quickly, and then I'll be posting some video that I did with my friend. We talk about Brazil and Chile, because somebody asked this question and he wanted to make a choice out of it. So we did a video, but it's ready and I'll be posting it maybe later in the day. But now I have to cook something and then eat. So guys, I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Make sure you share the channel, and that is where it's going to get more interesting, because I'll be coming live like this. Especially when I go to town, I can easily come on live so that you can see town and then we'll be talking at the same time. So guys, I love you guys. See you guys in my next video.